you ever wake up and just feel empty? Like no matter what you do, life keeps throwing punches at you.
Connor relaxed and smiling. Oh no! He slapped him!
Here's the truth. Happiness isn't something that just happens to you. Happiness is something that you build. And if you learn how to build it, even when life sucks, you'll become unstoppable. But that's the trap. Most people think that happiness just shows up after things get better. Waiting for the promotion, waiting for the apology, the good day, or the perfect moment. The twist? Happiness doesn't wait for those conditions. It creates them. By the end of this video, you'll know how to do it, even when everything around you feels broken. And stay with me, because what I share today might flip the way you feel about motivation forever. You've probably had those days when you just don't have the energy. You're tired, you're frustrated. You look around and you see people smiling like they have it all figured out, and you think to yourself,
what's wrong with me?
I've been there. We all have. But what if I told you that those moments where you want to quit, are actually the ones that can build the greatest happiness you could possibly achieve? Because real happiness, it isn't comfort, it's strength. I learned this the hard way. I used to wait for life to feel right before I decided to be happy. But life doesn't work like that. It's like waiting for the rain to stop before learning how to dance. So today, I'm going to share a mindset, a simple daily practice that can change everything. It's not about pretending that everything's fine. It's about training your brain to stay grounded even when it's not. And once you do that, motivation becomes automatic. You stop reacting to life and start leading it. Step 1, control the first 10 minutes of your day. The first few minutes after you wake up decides the entire tone for your whole day. Most people wake up, reach for their phone, lay there in bed and scroll through all the chaos and wonder why they're exhausted before breakfast. But if you spend that first 10 minutes leading your mind, then everything changes. When you wake up, take a breath, sit up, and say to yourself,
today, I choose strength. I choose joy.
It might sound small, but you're training your brain to lead, not follow. And when life tries to knock you down, that training kicks in. By the way, there's a reason that this works neurologically, and I'll explain that in a minute. Step 2, redefine happiness. Most people think that happiness means feeling good all the time, but that's not happiness. That's comfort. Real happiness is deeper. It's built when you show up when it's hard. Think about it. The people that you admire most aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept showing up. So instead of chasing feel good, chase feeling proud. When you keep promises to yourself, happiness follows naturally. Have you ever had a time in life where it just felt like everything was stacked against you? Like no matter what you did, everything was a struggle? I have. Let me give you an example from my time serving in my church. So I used to be the vice chairman of the church. And shortly before the pandemic started, our chairman stepped down. He and his wife were going to start attending a different church. So just by nature of things, that meant I would be the new chairman. Didn't quite feel ready for that just yet, but I said, hey, why not? Why not me, right? I'll jump into that. So definitely took myself out of my comfort zone there. Then the pandemic hit. And you may or may not know, but the pandemic was a difficult time for churches here in the United States. We weren't sure, should we stay open? Do we social distance? Do we go online? Like, how do we want to approach all that? It was a huge challenge that I had to lead the church through. And that was very challenging, but I grew an insane amount during that time. Well, then our associate pastor informed us that he was leaving to take another job. He'd found a solo pastor job. Okay, so now we're down a person. And then shortly thereafter, wasn't too long after that, our head pastor also decided, hey, my kid's gonna be graduating here soon. I'm gonna be moving back to like where my family's all from. So he was given his notice as well. So here within a relatively short period of time, I had lost the chairman, the associate pastor, and the pastor, which for a small church, that was a very big deal and very challenging and trying time for me. But through all that, I didn't let it affect me. I said, you know what? God's going to provide for us. He will find a way to keep things going. He always has provided. He will continue to provide. And at the end of the day, everything worked out great. We had some amazing interim pastors that came in and served alongside of us at our church. And eventually we found another pastor through a search process, which is probably another video there because that was a challenge as well. But just want to share with you, there's still a way for you to decide to be happy, not let these things affect you, and just say, you know what, I'm going to come out on the other side of this and I'm going to be stronger than ever. And that was very much the case for me with my leadership at my church as a result of all of those struggles. So now as I reflect on them, it's like, you know what, I'm grateful for those challenges. Maybe at the time I wasn't. I was more like, hey, why God? Why are you making this so difficult for me? But at the end of the day, we survived and grew stronger as a result of it. And that's when I learned that happiness isn't a reaction, it's a decision. And I've made that same decision every day since. Step 3, focus on what you can control. When life feels heavy, your brain loves to fixate on what's wrong, but happiness begins where your control begins. You can't control the traffic or the weather or how someone talks to you, but you can control your focus, your words, and your posture. That's power. That's where joy lives. Every time you choose your response instead of reacting, you take your power back. And here's the part that most people miss. This single habit rewires your brain, and I'll show you how in a second. Before we go deeper, if this is connecting with you, hit that like button. It lets me know that you like this kind of content and helps me to keep making more of it. And if you want to keep building a stronger, happier mindset, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. Because we're building a community of people who rise, no matter what life throws at them. All right, let's keep going. This next part is where everything clicks. Step 4, train your mind like a muscle. Here's the truth. Your mind is like a muscle. If you train it to focus on pain, it gets stronger at suffering. If you train it to focus on progress, it gets stronger at growing. Every thought is a rep. Every time you speak power instead of pity, you're getting stronger. That's how happiness works. It's not luck, it's reps. And those reps are built in the moments when nobody's watching. I'll show you one simple exercise to strengthen that muscle here in a minute. Step 5, the 30-second rule. Whenever you feel down, anxious, or unmotivated, pause for 30 seconds. Close your eyes. Picture the best version of you. Strong, calm, focused. Now breathe how that person would breathe. Stand how that person would stand. Speak how that person would speak. Your mind follows your body's lead. You're teaching your brain that you control the state, not the storm. It's simple, but it's powerful, because happiness is not a mood, it's a skill. Step 6, feed the right wolf. By now you're probably wondering, why is he wearing a wolf on his head? I thought you'd never ask. You've probably heard the story of the 2 wolves. One is anger, fear, and negativity. The other is peace, strength, and joy. Which one wins? The one you feed. Every time that you choose gratitude instead of complaining, you're feeding strength. Every time you speak life instead of doubt, you're feeding joy. And that's how you stay motivated when things get dark. You feed the wolf that makes you stronger. Step 7, happiness is built, not found. Most people wait to find happiness. Like it's out there hiding, waiting to be found. But happiness isn't lost. It's built, brick by brick, through discipline and daily choices. When you smile, even though it's hard. When you give your best, even though nobody's clapping. That's the construction site of joy. You're building something that's unshakable. A version of you that can't be broken by circumstances. Remember that thing I said earlier about your brain rewiring? Every time you choose peace over panic, your brain wires new neural pathways. You're literally teaching your mind how to feel strong. And that's not just motivation, that's science. And one day you'll wake up and realize that happiness isn't something that you chase, it's something that you've become. And not because life got easier, but because you got stronger. You stopped waiting for the world to deliver happiness. Instead, you started making it for yourself. That's real power. That's real peace. That's how you stay happy and motivated, even when life sucks. So here's your challenge. Tomorrow morning, wake up. Don't wait to feel good. Make that decision before you even go to sleep. Say, you know what? I'm gonna wake up in the morning and decide to be happy. I'm gonna sit up. I'm gonna say, today I choose strength. Today I choose joy. Lead your mind first. Smile, even if it feels forced. Speak strength, even if your voice shakes. And remember, happiness isn't a mood, it's a habit. And you have the power to build it, one choice at a time. If this hit home, go watch the next video on my channel. I'll see you there.